When we think of Cold War era gear, Soviet bloc militaries often come to mind with their rugged, no-frills equipment. The M85 Czech Rucksack is a perfect example. Simple, durable, and made for a very specific role. Officially issued in the Czech People's Army in the 1980s, the rucksack was designed with mobility and field function in mind. It wasn't meant to be a full kit carrier like a modern assault pack. Instead, it was a part of a larger system, working in tandem with a web belt, ammo pouches, and a bread bag. Soldiers carried mission essential items in the M85, while heavier gear was transported by vehicles and stored in barracks. Constructed from thick, rubberized canvas, the M85 Ruck is water resistant and built to survive mud, rain, and snow. A drawstring top under the main flap keeps the contents tight and dry. Two external side pouches provided space for canteens, gas mask filters, or rations. Inside, a single large compartment kept things simple, no inner pockets, no zippers to break. The shoulder straps are basic canvas with some light padding and metal hardware. Not comfortable by modern standards, but they held up, and like most gear from behind the Iron Curtain, it was overbuilt and easy to mass produce. What the M85 did well was rugged simplicity. It's nearly indestructible, easy to repair, and functions under harsh field conditions. In fact, surplus versions are still in use today by preppers and outdoorsmen who value its durability. But it wasn't without flaws. The pack lacks a frame or any real load-bearing support, so carrying heavy loads over long distances quickly become a burden. The straps aren't adjustable for modern comfort, and the internal space is just one big dump pouch. No organization, no molly, and no internal structure. In the end, the M85 Czech Rucksack wasn't built for luxury, it was made for war in Central Europe. Fast, rugged, and cheap to issue to thousands of conscripts. It did exactly what it was designed to do, carry a basic combat load through rough weather without falling apart. For collectors, bushcrafters, or anyone who appreciates Cold War military gear, the M85 remains a reliable piece of history, uncomplicated, tough, and ready for the next mission.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Operation Paul. Bienvenue à la maison. Excuse the dogs down the hill. I'm not 100% like whose they are, but they're being loud. We'll put it that way. So this review is for the M85 Czech Charlie Zulu Echo Charlie Hotel M85 Rucksack. You can get a 2-pack off Amazon. It really ships from Sportsman's Guide for like $25. So I got 2 of them. I'm glad I got 2. This was paid for by one of my viewers. So if you guys ever want me to do a thorough review and then my philosophy on a piece of gear, let me know. And then, you want to send me some money. Not called Operation Poor for no reason. You want to send me some money, email me, whatever. And then we will figure it out from there. I'll review anything related to tactical stuff or warfare, and I will give my honest opinion on it. There's going to be 2 parts to this review. There's going to be what I think of it as a pack, and then what I use it in war, and if not, then why, and if so, then why. Before we get into that, so I'm actually doing stuff, I hiked up here. Essentially, I was bringing an SDR meter to scan for signals. Now this is not mine, this is actually my workplace's, current workplace's right now. So yeah, the antenna, I'm not switching antennas or whatever. This is just what we use at work for what we do. And yeah, well, turns out that I forgot to charge it. So, but in theory, the theory of operation was come up here, use the back face of this field and this kind of crest of the hill to scan. It bounces off. So like ground, radio waves will bounce off the ground, and you can actually angle that to your advantage, believe it or not. So I was going to sit here right on the tree line essentially. I was going to watch the field with these binos, watch for enemy movement, and then I was going to scan to see if I could kind of hack and see what frequencies they were using. Now this is all LARPing, this isn't real, whatever. The spider fell on my leg. This isn't real or whatever. I had a radio transmitting from the house I was going to, tap into. Or honestly, I was going to sit here and see. There's a CB group that talks around. They should be talking right now. They hold like a little block for an hour. I usually hop on and talk with them here and there. So they should have been talking. I was going to kind of tune in with the SDR meter because this thing right here, this Malahit DSP SDR, it'll read CB frequencies, any frequencies. We use it for like key fobs and stuff. And yeah. So I was going to tune in and just listen to people and see like what I can get in this particular area for future reference. That was the real life like mission, but the LARPing mission in this case was simply, enemies in the area. I was going to see what I could see, scanning the field right next to me. I was going to use the crest of the hill to specifically maneuver the receiving, I'm more likely to receive a higher signal coming from this way because we're on the crest of the hill. And even though I would get a signal this way, it would be lower. So I was going to try to use that to kind of, where I don't have a directional antenna with me. I do have one at the house, but where I don't want to take this antenna off because it's my workplace and not my personal one. That would be really my only way of trying to figure out which direction it is coming from. So, the Czech M85 Rucksack. What do I think about it? What does Operation Poor think about a Czech rucksack from the mid-1980s? Well, my friends, we're going to give it a quick overview. I'm going to tell you the modifications I did to it, and I'm going to tell you what I think it's good for. So mission over. I'm not pulling no more security. I just laid my rifle over. I'm not pulling no more security. So this is all, we're out of the game, so to speak, right now. So this is my modified one. Okay. And as you can tell, I didn't like the nylon material it's made out of, or the vinyl. It's very rugged, seems like. I know that kind of material actually chips away when like sun damage hits it, or something of the sort, just with age, or if it's stored improperly, it'll actually eat away at the vinyl and it'll kind of chip and crack. So that is definitely a downside. I mean, it's somewhat waterproof. I wouldn't say proof, but it's definitely resistant. So I mean, that is a plus. So we got a con and a pro right there, pro and con. First tick. I've been up here sitting for like 10 minutes. I already had a tick on me. Oh my gosh. Springtime in this hoe, it's literally like spring and summer. I know everybody makes it glamorous, but it's really hell out here. Like, they ain't no fun. I don't even really enjoy LARPing. I do it because I need to and stuff out in the summer, but I hate it. I hate the heat. I hate it. So anyways, back to the bag. Vinyl construction. There's virtually no, I might even throw that in there. There's virtually no videos showing you how to put this Y-strap on. When I first received this and I seen that it came with this Y-strap, I was really thankful because all the reviews that I've seen use these small straps right here that, I'll try to pop some pictures up because I know this isn't the best angle. These small straps, I thought that was the actual strap. And I was like, well, I'm going to have to add padding or something because if you put any weight, like over 20 pounds in that thing, it's going to be very uncomfortable. But it turns out it comes with these Y-straps. Now, the problem with the Y-strap, though, is the Czech Army used war belts, essentially, battle belts. And this clip down here, it took me forever to figure out how to even put this thing on. But I couldn't figure out where this belt buckle went. This little clip, it goes on a belt. I said belt buckle, but this clip right here went. It actually goes on the war belt that was issued to the Czech Army. So, I mean, that makes sense, a modular system, but for most of us, we don't have Czech war belts. Same thing with these. I'll put them on these D-rings down here. I guess that's optional. It'll probably be good to tape that off so it don't slip out. But if you put any load on it, you're definitely going to need this Y harness, and you can put it on the D-rings on the bottom right here. So, moving on from the straps, I think the nylon straps are pretty decent. There is a big issue with them that we will get, and you know, I did say a viewer bought me this and sent me the money to order this, and I 100% appreciate that. I know you got one of these and you're wanting, good news, but I'm not going to hold back. That's the thing. I'm honest because I talk warfare on this channel. I don't want somebody to die or have a piece of shit gear, have trash gear and get lit up because they're fumbling with the rucksack or whatever, and just rucksack in general. I'm not saying this is crap. I'm going to tell you my honest opinions about it at the end. We're just overviewing it now, but I just want to throw that out there. I'm not going to hold anything back, right? I'm 100% honest, straight to the point. Sometimes it gets me in trouble. I'm stubborn. I mean, we're human, right? So this is, I'm just telling you, overview and then what I did to it. Anyways, it comes with the Y, vinyl construction on the back. It's essentially a big flat. It's essentially just a big vinyl bag, really. You got buckles right here. And you have two sections to taper it down to hold it. So the lower one down here, so if your pack isn't that big, you can use the one down here and pull it down to secure it. But if, you got this thing packed to the brim, you can use these top ones right here. So we got a strap for the buckle here and a strap for the buckle on the bottom. Same thing with this side. It's essentially just a big flat. It's very simple, very rudimentary. Now, I do have a pillow in here. This thing ain't packed to the brim or anything. So, oh, he's lying. He's lying. He ain't cool. He packed a pillow. That's not 2,000 pounds of weight in there. So it's essentially literally just a big pouch. Right here is a pouch. I store water in there. This is a great place for like canteens and just water sources and stuff. I believe, now this is 100% hearsay, I don't know. I believe this was used for mortar rounds and or rockets, some form of artillery, because I know the M70 Alpaflage Swedish, the Swiss version of this, that's what it was for. It was for rockets. So I'm assuming this was for rockets or mortars. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not a military surplus autist, to be honest with you. But it's got these on both sides. It's perfect for canteens or water bottles, 100%. So you got 1, 2, 3, and then the big pouch. Right now there's a pillow and there's an E-tool in there just in case I needed to upgrade where I'm at on the mission. E-tool is always good to have out in the field. Now on the inside right here, you can kind of see the original material where I painted over it right here down in the pack. This nylon, or this vinyl right here, it's solid white, so that's definitely something to keep in mind. Like I said, I'm not going to recommend anything if I'm not going to take it into war. So we're going to hit more on that. I promise. Wait till the end or just skip to the end because I have some really key points and stuff I just need to talk to you guys about on this. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a big pouch, and then you can put water, or I guess if you got rockets or access to rockets, you can put that. It also comes with these, so if you need to tie something down, these were tucked inside the pouch when the big pouch when I got it. You can actually buckle this down and kind of have an overlay, a little bit of extra water protection, or if you just want to hold stuff in, etc., etc. Trying to buckle it on. I know this isn't the best angle, like this, and that'll kind of hold your stuff in there, just like that. Now I know this kind of looks greenish brown, and that's because I spray painted over it and I ran out of spray paint. And why would I spray paint it? Well, here's the thing. So we'll hold off on that. I'm gonna cut that out. I'm sorry. We're gonna cut that out. So would I recommend this bag? 100% would recommend this. This is a fine piece of military surplus swag. It looks cool. There definitely is a vibe. I would recommend this for hiking. If you're doing like a 3-day on the Appalachian Trail or something like that, or you're hiking or camping, I would recommend it. I would not recommend it for warfare though. Now, we'll get into that. I want to hit the pros first. I think this is a good bag. It's not 100% waterproof. However, it is water resistant, and for 25 bucks, you can get 2 of them. Yeah, it's pretty good. If you wanted to put a hammock in here and a sleeping bag and or a whoopee, maybe like one of them small cooking sets. That's what I'm going to end up doing with this thing. 100%. That's what I'm going to end up doing. I'm going to make it like just a little like camping bag, nothing serious. I don't like the nylon colors and stuff. A lot of camping bags that you buy from like Walmart and stuff, they're like not nylon. They're neon colors or bright color. I don't like that. I'm a camo guy through and through. Everything I buy I want camo or I spray paint it. So I mean, this would definitely be good for camping. Like I said, sleeping bag, something light, and that has to do with you. Unless you have a war belt to attach this to, or a battle belt, whatever the Czech called it. The Y of the yoke right here, this clip is supposed to go on a belt. You're at the mercy of this clip, because all this does is slide through this right here and go on your shoulders. So it's, like I said, you can use it. I used it on the way up here. I don't know, everything together, all my recording equipment and radio stuff, it's probably about 20 pounds. So I'm not even, it was comfy, don't get me wrong, but if you get a full sustainment load in there, then unless you're going ultralight, like ultralight camping or something, I think you will run into issues. Now, is it durable? Yeah, it's really durable. It'll go through some abuse, but I don't think it'll last forever, because I've seen vinyl and nylon like this over time, and I'm talking like 10, 20 years, especially if you leave it out in the sun or something, it will degrade, and it will just kind of flake off, if that makes sense. So for like a hiking or camping bag, this thing is legit, and it's a good budget option. Now, why would I not recommend this for war? You're going to war, you're battling a foreign invasion, stuff like that. So I would not recommend this for war for a couple reasons. Now, initially when I first got it, and honestly when I ordered it, I noticed there was a shine to the material. I'm gonna pop some pictures up. You can see it in the product photos, right? Now, unless it's raining and the sun is out and the leaves are shiny, even though it's olive drab or a greenish color, it's not really going to blend in with your environment. It's just not, guys. We can sit here and talk shop all day, but that was my main concern with ordering this. It shines. One of the pillars of camouflage is shine. That is one of the things that you need to look for, especially during like sniper operations or reconnaissance, when you do not want to be seen. But whether you are a regular rifleman, patrolman, or you are a sniper, either way you don't want to be seen by the enemy. So, I mean, you can see it now, even with a couple, not layers of spray paint, but some stripes of brown earth tone spray paint on it, it's shiny. And that's just because of the material. So the material is durable, but it's shiny. And that's a big no-no. And maybe to the untrained eye at a distance, it would not be that big of a deal. But you get a trained soldier out there, which that's what you will be facing, or a trained guerrilla fighter, such as the people that watch this channel, and they're out here on the edge of the field like I am, and they're scanning. The leaves aren't shining because it hasn't rained in a week. It's all dry. Hey, there's something shining. There's some reflection over there. Then they just silhouetted your ass. That's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to throw their ruck down, grab their rifle, and they're going to get down there in the prone, and they're going to fucking light your ass up. You ain't even going to know. You're not going to know. You're sitting there. You're doing the same thing on the opposite end of the field. You're looking for people, and you're scouting, but you got a big-ass shiny thing propped up against the tree right there. You just got you and your whole team killed because you wanted a little bit of shine. You wanted to rock Cold War aesthetic in a modern war setting. And I'm not hating, and I definitely, the dude that sent me this, dude, I'm not hating on you. This thing it's an absolute vibe. It's great for hiking, like I said, but I would not use it during wartime. Like, guys, I don't think people understand a lot of the time. I wouldn't recommend anything that'll get you killed. But like what I talk about, and what I do, like this is real. This is real, guys. I'm not a joke. Like this, everything I say is legit. This will get you killed. This will get you like sprawled out 30 shots in the chest, in the neck, choking on your own blood real quick. That's how, I mean, this is real talk. No fantasy right now. This shine right here will get you killed. And that's why I did modifications to it. Kind of, if you did want to use this and you were dead set on this, how would you offset the shine? Well, a couple layers of camo Rust-Oleum spray paint kind of helped it, but it still wasn't enough. Now I did do stripes, so the main shine is coming from the pure green material as it came. So then I got these scarves I got from AliExpress, and I got two scarves, camo scarves, sewn them down the, well, my wife sewn them down the middle, and then I had them split into a Y to go into these little these bits of webbing right here, and then they go down the straps. So when you, at least when you have it on, most of the shine, not all of it because of the sides, but most of the shine is gone. So if someone is looking at you from the back end, they can't really tell. They can't really tell, you know, hey, that's not a rock, that's a human. It makes it harder. It's not going to be a like 100% bulletproof plan, but it makes it harder. Now, other than the shine, we're going to come back to that. Other than the shine, it doesn't have a frame. Typically with a rucksack, and I'm not talking about an assault pack. Okay, there's a difference. Typically with an assault pack, or a rucksack, you want a frame, whether that be metal, plastic, nylon, polymer, something like that. You want a frame to kind of help you on long walks. It really does help. Look at the U.S. military current issue rucksacks. They got, it's like a nylon or polymer material. I keep saying nylon. It's like a polymer material, and it creates a frame. They got a belly strap and all kinds of stuff. This, I know it was designed to go on the belt to kind of help and offset that, but like I said, most people ordering this or plan on ordering this isn't going to have a belt that this Y strap hooks onto. So you're at the mercy of your shoulders. Everything, all the weight that you put in this thing is on your shoulders. Now, if you really had nothing else and you wanted to use this, I would put like 6 layers of flat spray paint on it, ultra matte spray paint on it, and I would only use it for like sleeping systems, whoobies, hammocks, and water, you know, sustainment items. I'd put nothing, no actual war fighting, like gunfighting material in this. I wouldn't trust it. I just wouldn't, 100%. Moving on from that, okay, this is where we get into the nitty gritty. I'm gonna start doing this with everything I review, if it pertains to these topics. Night vision. Now I went ahead and this is in my room. Okay, this is one of the rooms in my house. But either way, this will still do the same thing, and if anything, this is better because I was just standing across the room in the doorway. Under night vision, even with blasting IR light towards these things, the one on the right you're seeing is my modified one without the scarf. It's just the painted version, or it might be the left. I'll label them in the video. I could be wrong. My apologies if I am. It performed significantly better, both of them did, than what I expected. With the shine during the day, even though the infrared spectrum is different, I really expected the vinyl that this thing is made out of to blast looking like a big spotlight, like reflect IR light crazy under night vision. But honestly guys, it was a little bit, but it wasn't crazy. And I noticed that even with the zebra stripe pattern I did on the one I modified and the one I painted, it really did good under night vision. It's not a complete 100%, but I think if somebody was running analog and it was like even a full moon, if you're like over 100 meters away, I don't think anybody would be able to detect you, at least with the painted one. Now, that's just the vinyl though. In this clip, I turned them around out of curiosity, and even though the nylon straps are green in the daytime to the visible eye, and the IR spectrum, that's what'll get you killed with this. Those nylon straps, you definitely, if you're gonna run this, and I don't recommend you do, if you're gonna run this for war, do not be out at night. And that's my philosophy anyways, if you haven't seen it. But you're gonna get yourself killed, straight up. I mean, this is, you have to think about this and approach it from all angles. You know, like I said, we talk war here. We're not talking about hiking. So it's like, you have to look at it from the infrared spectrum. You got to look at it from daytime. It's just not, it's just, there's updated technology, and this is modern. And this is just how I feel, guys. Just how I feel on it. I don't want nobody out here fighting the good fight to get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Get hurt or killed, maimed, slaughtered, whatever. So, if you were to run this, paint it, put an IR resistant scarf on it. Now these scarves are not IR resistant; they light up. But get some like natural cotton printed material and put over it. You know, with a camouflage pattern or something that's not IR reflective. And then, I mean, that is the best that you can do. Like I said, I would recommend it for camping, like light camping or ultralight camping. It is comfortable. I don't think it's bad. Keep in mind I'm 6'2", so I'm a little bit, I got a more lanky frame naturally. So it's like, you know, the droop and everything on my back, it doesn't matter. I don't care, especially if I'm not loading it super heavy. Now, Operation Pour. What's your philosophy on rucks in general? Rucksacks are literally just big backpacks. What I run for my missions is an Ozark Trail Walmart brand. It's like the biggest one you can get. The like multi-day hiking bag or something. I don't know. I don't even know if they still make them. I bought it years ago. The reason I use it, it has a plastic frame in there. It's made for long distance hikes. It has a belly band. It even has a rain cover. I bought the gray one, and then I spray painted the crap out of it. Brown, auburn, tan, little bit of green. If you watched, I think my Silent Sentinel operation video, Operation Silent Sentinel, I think in the time lapse you can see me setting over. But any actual multi-day mission, I run that because it's like a 70 or 80 liter. I could have that wrong. It's like a 70 or 80 liter backpack. It's got the rain cover. It's waterproof, water resistant at least. It's got all the storage that a normal rucksack is, but it's taller and it's slender. It's made for hiking these mountains around here, and it was like $50 or $60, and it's lasted literal years. It's lightweight. The pads are comfortable. Like I said, just buy a ton of spray paint and just spray paint the crap out of it, and it'll last you years and years and years of use. Tough, thorough abuse. Every time I go rucking, that's what I use for the most part, unless I'm just carrying assaulting items, and then it's or you know, minimal items, and I'm not worried about like sleeping bags and sustainment. Then it'll be in a SOG 3-day pack or something like that. Now, here's the thing, guys. Don't think of a rucksack as nothing more than a backpack. Get a comfortable backpack that fits you, that has padding on the shoulders, that you can personally take out and hike miles and miles with, multi-day, and then just spray paint that hoe. Spray paint it with ultra flat, non-IR reflective spray paint, and then that's the best you can do. Just because it's military surplus doesn't mean it's good. Just because it says anything to do with the military was issued to anybody in the military was good. And other reasons, but typically civilian made, civilian grade stuff is better than military grade stuff, because military grade stuff, they always sell out to the lowest bidder. Military grade stuff has to meet a certain standard, but typically civilian stuff actually exceeds that standard. And if you weren't in the military, you probably don't know that. Everybody says, oh, this is military grade, it's got to be good. That's just not the case, guys. A rucksack is a big backpack, nothing more. Get one that's comfortable and then camouflage it. It doesn't need to be a big name brand like U.S. Army Molly 3 Gen 3 525 issue $500 rucksack or $300 rucksack, when the $60 Ozark Trail hiking the trail hiking bag does the exact same thing and has almost the same exact capacity, except it's taller, more slender, and it has an integral frame that's built into it with more comfortable pads and a belly band. Swallowed a net. And a belly band that's actually more comfortable than those rucksacks. I'm just saying. That's my thoughts on it. And like I said, I'm not pulling punches here. I want you guys to stay alive. This bag is good if you're just going camping or you just need to carry something that's light, but you put any weight on it, I think it falls apart. Under night vision, it's all right except for the nylon webbing. You could probably try to paint that to do away with that, but where it's flexible and it flexes, I just probably wouldn't do it. It's cool, it's memorabilia, but there's a reason it's $25 for a 2-pack. It doesn't really hold a use in war in the modern day. Now, if you camouflage it real good and you were only out during the daytime, then I mean, you do you. I'm assuming you're an adult. I'm going to leave it here. Don't break any laws. Follow all local, state, and federal laws. This is all, even though I say it's real, it's essentially fictitious scenarios. I mean, a Russian invasion probably ain't going to ever happen. A Chinese invasion, in reality, is probably never going to happen. But if it does and you watch my channel, then you will be prepared. So, not legally responsible for what you do, though. Don't hurt nobody. Stay trained up, though. God bless y'all. Au revoir. A bientôt. Peace.